Cleveland Browns coming off their biggest win of the year. Defense really making a statement, going out there, starting a fight, punking the 49ers in the first half with PJ Walker. Deshaun Watson may or may not play. So last time I thought he was going to play in this game. So I'm just going to go in the mind where I think PJ Walker is going to play in this game. Cleveland's on the road as a 2-point favorite in Indianapolis versus Gardner Minshew. We started to unfold a little bit. I just don't like the matchup versus the Cleveland Browns defense because they're able to do that versus San Francisco. What are they going to do versus Gardner Minshew, who's a backup in the Indianapolis Colts?
Yeah, and like the Browns right now are on pace to have the best defense since 1970. And even with PJ Walker kind of being the QB, he played relatively well against the 49ers defense. The Colts defense, although it has been playing well, I do think that's a considerable step down from what they were facing last week. So if we go with the mindset that PJ Walker will be facing the Colts, I still think that they have plenty of opportunities with Jerome Ford, Kareem Hunt in the backfield, who have been very formidable with the loss of Nick Chubb. And then on the receiver side, Amari Cooper, best wide receiver on the field on both sides. And then Alec Pierce making some great grabs last week. So, with those two guys, I think that a lot of opportunity. Alec Pierce, obviously, on the Colts. But I'm going to take the Browns in this game. I think it's going to be a grittier game. Similar, I think like a 21-17 score is fair.
Yeah.
But give me that Colts, the Browns defense to get the win there.
Yeah, I think Colts will see some more of the same mistakes with Gardner Minshew. Like if you were struggling that much in Jacksonville, I get the Colts have some voodoo there. Haven't beat them since 2014 in Jacksonville, I believe. But just with this Browns defense, it's hard for me to pick Gardner Minshew, who is a backup, to really show up versus them. And then Jonathan Taylor still getting his feet under him. Zach Moss had to take a step back, which should... I would be frustrated if I was Zach Moss, especially having the best game of my career. And then the next game, Jonathan Taylor is coming back and taking away some of those touches. So Colts are still trying to figure out how to work him in. And then we just got the news that Anthony Richardson is most likely out for the entire season. So that has to be a demoralizer for the Colts this year. And with those teams that we didn't expect to be good with the Colts, they were good in September, but I think October, November, we're going to start to see this team start to unravel a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's fair, especially because Anthony Richardson provided such a spark for them through the first few weeks, and him being gone, I feel like what Anthony Richardson brought you was that we could potentially fight for the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
Gardner Minshew is a good quarterback, and I think he's worthy of a backup role. But at the same time, he's not he doesn't bring what Anthony Richardson brings. He brings that young excitement. You know what you get with Gardner Minshew. You're going to win a couple of games, but for the most part, this is a guy who his record does kind of speak for himself. He's someone that can fill in, but when you're talking about extended periods of time,
yeah,
it's not ideal that he's your starter. And especially against the best defense in football, Browns should be able to take care of business.